All right, good morning, everybody. Back again, bright and early on a Sunday morning, ready to run some cheesy green decks. We've got green red aggro again today, um, with some dinos, but no dino theme deck cards. So, um, plenty of cards that actually make dinos better. Maybe not plenty. Some cards that do synergize with dinos pretty well. Things like Walking Ballista and Ripjaw, for example, but um, none of the cheesy theme deck things that seem great when you have a handful of dinosaurs and pretty poopy when you don't. So we're gonna run some tournament practice games this morning, see how that goes. Maybe start a league, but honestly, we're just testing out some stuff here. We might switch some cards around, see see what we can find that works. I've been playing this deck a little bit over the course of the week, one match a day, give or take, with my Anti-Whole30 challenge, which, if you haven't been here for the last couple of days, is all about me um, getting online, getting to stream every day as I complete this 30-day challenge with my wife that I don't really want to do, but that she feels is important for us, and so I am rolling with it as long as this is my payoff, getting to play Magic. Um, so anyway, here we go. We're gonna jump right into some games this morning. No beating around the bush. Just jumping straight in. The right deck, though. I think it is. Yeah. Jump in, see how it goes. I don't think I've played a couple variations of this deck over the course of the week. Don't think I've lost a match yet. Maybe the first one, um, but it's been pretty good for me so far. To be fair, I haven't run into many just amazing mainstream decks either, though. So maybe I'm just playing the. I don't feel like this is keepable. Just doesn't do anything for a long time. I guess it does play Ballast on too, but that's a very weak play, and we don't even have the mana to play the big cards we do have. Um, this hand wants both lands and things to do in the first 3 turns. It's probably too much to ask. I'm gonna mull. It's a little better. I don't have red mana, but I do have a couple of turn 2 plays and a pseudo scry here if we don't hit the land straight off the top. So, do I want that? I think I do want it, but I'd rather have a red source, so I'm going to bottom that. Yeah. That is not the red mana that we need. Is this the mono black vampires deck? Or pirates? Rut-row. You get a lightning strike. I don't know that I really like that card. Um, Seems okay, I guess. Nope. That doesn't help us. We need a red mana. Hmm. We technically have a faster clock than our opponent at this point, but I don't see that staying the same. And there's it not staying the same. Okay, well, that's a thing. Oh, another one. All right. At some point when we get red mana, we'll get to do something about these guys. Drawing all the lightning strikes. The clock is not fast, but we are sitting on nothing here. Okay, that helps. We're gonna go ahead and pass and see what our opponent does. Oh, no, no, no. Turn off auto yields. Oof. Did not mean to do that. Go ahead and kill one of these. Now we can auto yield. What is this? Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. I actually played against this before, I believe. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna take 4 or 3, not 4, for the moment. That is a heck of a clock, opponent, but I think we have the potential to race that, even though we're losing the race pretty bad right now. I'd like to draw one more red source so we can play both 2 spells next turn and then follow up with a 2 counter ballista. That would be nice. Well, that's no fun. Okay. That is no fun, opponent. Alright. So, opponent only has 1 card left in hand. Let's hope that this survives. So we want to exile your creature, gain some life. And that's all I got. We still want 1 more land. Come on, deck. Just not a Sheltered Thicket. Give me an untapped land. It's kind of annoying that they force you to stop in the block step even if you literally can't block. But I guess who am I to judge? Ugh. Okay, well, so we are going to shoot down Siphoner, probably. Yeah, I think that's the play. Even though it's not great, we're going to throw this away, shoot down the Siphoner. Eat the Siphoner. Yield. Do want to use that ability. Technically still losing this race. I think I actually may want to. I may want to discard this Chandra. Because at the rate we're going, it doesn't look like I'm ever going to play it. And we are losing the discards 2 cards. Okay, well, that's a thing that I can't do much about. Do I care about that thing? Can I be, if we do hit a red source, is it worth having this in play? Jeez. All right. I think banking on hitting a red source is wishing for too much. I've only got 7 hits in 47 cards. A little less than 20% if my math off the top of the head is right. Well, we did hit a land, but that is not what we needed. So we'll go ahead and attack. We have any creature? Oh yeah, we got tons of creatures. Go ahead and gain some life. Make that a thing. Maybe it would have been more correct to wait until they're in step and just take that point so that this potential discard spell doesn't take the other lightning strike. But we are definitely in a racing situation at this point. And by the same logic, taking 1 point to free up 3 points and protect 3 points is probably even an argument for, yeah. Sack a permanent, discard a card. I'm not a big fan of that card. Oh, it has to be a non-land permanent? Jeez. Does this have to be non-land too? Holy moly. Okay. So, I am probably just dead. I need 1, 2. I can take 6, but then this is going to trigger in my upkeep. Discard. Lose 3 life. Lose 3 life. I think I'm just toast at this point. Because this is going to happen. Can't pay 3 life. And that's not going to get me anywhere. Wow. That is better than I thought. Alright, so I think we saw some targeted removal, but not a ton. And in that case, I wonder, do I want I think we definitely want the creeping molds. They are normally a card that might be poo-pooed on this in this board, but being able to deal with random enchantments is something that green is not well equipped right now to do, and creeping mold I think may be the most flexible option that we have. Kind of, I kind of want sanctuaries, but sanctuary is a permanent that a black deck is not going to do well at removing. Got 2 cards in. What do I not want? Don't think. Actually, I think that might be the way to go. I want to make sure I have as many hasty threats as possible. I want to be able to draw extra cards, blah blah blah. Alright, I'm going to go with this. It might be absolutely terrible. Speaking of terrible. This does kind of do stuff, but it sure doesn't do much. We want a faster start than that. This is not amazing, but... Oh, that's exactly what we want. Okay. That is exactly what we want. We want a turn 2 threat to run into some removal so that Death Gorge can do its thing. That is a swing and a miss. Opponent knows what they're up against now, but I'm not sure what I actually want this to do. I kind of want the clock, to be honest. But I'll take the mana too. That will work. Alright, let's get in for 2. Go ahead and play this. Yeah, might as well. Even though it doesn't do a whole lot. Because that point of power doesn't matter on my turn. It's something. I don't know that... I don't think black has anything that they can recur non-creature spells with in standard. Interesting. Okay. So, do we want to go all in on hasty threats? I think we may want to just run this into it and lightning strike it down. When I cast a spell, put a -1/-1 counter on it. Okay. Yeah, I think the first thing we do is just swing and see what happens. He blocks here. I can actually... Oh, no, I can't do that. I've already missed my trigger. Whoops. Okay, well, we're going to stick with the same game plan of shooting this post-combat. And I sure wish I had another land. Or another thing to play post combat. 2 mana dude would be awesome. Okay. You get a bunch of fun stuff here. Probably taking, yep, even though I can't cast it. Death Touch Strike. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. That is not. Gonna get in a little bit of damage here. Well, that's less fun. We've really struggled on land in this match. First game we had very few lands at all. In this game we're struggling with red sources. Yep. Figured something like that was coming. We would love a red source right now, deck, please. Not a tapped one. Ugh. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if so I took out the ranging raptors or whatever they're called. And I'm wondering now if the only reason this deck functions as well as it was functioning earlier in the week is because I had that way of digging for extra lands. We've certainly hit some mana trouble today. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, that is a land, it's not a red land. That is so frustrating. Maybe I'm just too heavy on green mana in a deck that wants red mana early. I think that's really the problem. More so than anything else. Let's. Oh, well, that wasn't smart. Jeez, I'm just throwing this away. I should have. Yes, I'm still attacking into this. I should have waited, because I'm assuming this is going to happen as a trade. And I'm going to draw a card. I should have waited to see if there was a red land on top as my draw from this triggered ability. Because if it's a. Like, playing this second main is less important than if that top deck happens to be a sheltered thicket. Then that is super annoying. But we do get to play some stuff post combat, so that's decent, I guess. But I sure would love to hit a land, preferably a red source. Okay. So there's part of me that wants to avoid playing into Bantu's Reckoning, but at the same time, well, no, with Oasis, we still have Lethal on board right now. Never mind. I'm not going to play into a sweeper. Or the -3/-3 thing. Well, that's big. Is this the pay 3 life or do whatever? 5 times. Okay. 5 times 3 is 15. Not enough. I'm going to pad my life a little bit here, though. Just in case I mess something up somewhere. All right, come on. Oh. Yeah, I don't care. All right, yeah, I think we definitely need to increase the number of green sources in the deck. This felt bad, but at the same time, it is another random thing to have on board that is we're able to sacrifice. It doesn't cost a lot of mana to get it there. I think we still go that direction. Seems like a plan. Might not be a good plan, but it's a plan. So we have sort of a curve here. Alright, I'm going to keep it. I get a sort of curve into this, assuming I don't get duressed here. Oh, well, there's still a possibility that he'll take strike, right? Probably not. Nope, okay. Oh, the lands, okay. So we're going to curve out in Kinra and then try to lightning strike something that the opponent plays. They do play creatures. Hopefully it's not that kite sail thing. The little pirate that could. No. doing nothing. I'm assuming we have some instant speed removal for my turn then, maybe. I'm gonna save this to cycle it. We are a bit flooded. Oh man. Alright. Well, that's what happens when you keep a hand that has more lands than you should keep on after a couple of games of Mana Screw. Knowing you probably shouldn't. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and cycle this. Okay, that's fancy if we can get it out. I mean, if the opponent plays the enchantment next. Okay. Alright, opponents, hit us with that sacrificing spell. Okay. Sideboard's gonna do some work. Let's discard a green source that we don't really need. Well, you got me for a card, opponent, but I also have very little hope that I'm going to pull this one out. This is anytime I cast a spell. So, oh, I don't have, jeez. I don't have double red, and I cycled my double red because I was flooded on lands. Yeah, I'm just going to concede this, go back to the deck building phase. I'm glad I didn't start out with a, as much as I like Death Gorge, if I'm going to be running this, I really want to have the mana of the Raptors. I have liked Tyrant less and less the more I've played it. 2 Creeping Mold is probably too deep down that hole. And Puncturing Blow is alright. We can go down on a Braid since we have Creeping Molds. Yeah. And let's dump a forest for a mountain. See if that evens up our mana troubles a little bit. Yes, we should. Actually, we already have. Go ahead and fix this so that it displays the Ranging Raptors version. I think the sideboard might not be completely accurate for that deck list that we just posted. I'll have to fix that in a minute. Anyway, let's go back and run another match. Opponent is Zesty. I would love to play first. Hey, here's some red sources. That's what I'm talking about. Curve stops at 4, 3 lands in hand already. Maybe we save this to cycle later on. I think it's safer to go ahead and play. We're gonna save it. It's likely that we draw another untapped land before we hit 4 mana. I'm gonna go ahead and run this out. Doesn't do a ton, but oh well, that was crappy. F6 like an idiot. We have not hit that land. Go ahead and play that instead of our first punt of the day. F6ing with a Ballista on board. Alright, let's jam some Raptors. See if opponent can counter. Oh, opt. Okay, that's not a counter. I'll take it. Another opt. Okay. I wonder if this is a monument deck or if this is just a value creature or played as a value creature. So we could. Let's attack first. See if they just chump block. Nope. Alright, well, there's part of me that wants to go ahead and dump this on the board so we don't overextend. We can go ahead and draw a card and knock this out. So let's do 2 damage. 1 here, 1 here. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Scarab God. Alright. Luckily, we have this double striking Glorybringer that can do stuff. Or we could, let's see. Don't just double strike. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and double strike that. No point in exerting. Opponent really needs to do something here. Okay. Oh, okay. He's just gonna kill this, I assume. That makes sense. So the question is, can we draw um we draw another lightning strike? Nope. So oh, it wouldn't matter anyway. He's gaining life from all that crap. Okay. Well, that's annoying. What else does our opponent have down here to be annoying in the graveyard? We can exert, kill this. I think we almost have to. We are definitely not winning this damage race. Let's dump this. Oh, we're still in the attack step, dummy. Okay. That was second main already. I'm so smart. So smart. Okay. There's our fancy chump blocker for this turn. And we can actually do if we want to, we can lightning strike this after damage to kill it, but then it comes back to his hand, and that doesn't let us attack for any more than we would have been able to. Just saves us damage and saves him, or saves us life and saves him some mana if we don't. Or costs him mana. I think it's worth blocking here. Maybe it's not. He doesn't have any targets in his yard. But he could hit my yard, I guess. Any graveyard. Oh, that thing is gross. I'm gonna block and shoot and cost the opponent some mana here. I don't think I care if this just dies. Okay. Save some life. But I definitely don't want a lightning strike and then lose the creature. Do we care about that? I don't think we do. 34. Let's go ahead and play another one of these guys. Looks not another noxious gear hulk for the yard. Oh, it's not. Okay. But that thing's bad enough. Opponent's playing his own glory bringers. That is super annoying. But I do like his style. Gotta give him that. That can't be right. Is he gonna burn it afterwards? Wow. Okay. This is definitely the put me on a fast clock plan. So, I can lightning strike the opponent. Yeah. So I don't think. Let's see. This can't block flying, right? I don't think I want to show the opponent the crasher. I want to just kind of win with what's on board. Target creature. Attack a desert. Yes. Okay. So this way, I don't think the opponent's seen any of our hasty guys. They probably think we're just a ponderous green deck. I do want these. I do want these. I do want these. So the question is, what do I take out? I think Raptors are probably too slow yet again, even though I really want the lands. Yenra's probably getting outclassed too quickly. Ballista, I really don't want him to be able to put on. What do I dump here? Probably the lightning strikes. Because our opponent is on big creatures with power that are or toughness greater than 4. I don't know if I want all of these effects, but maybe one raptor out. I don't seem scared enough of those though that they may make some awkward plays just to play around them. We cut a land. We are on the draw. We'll play it this way. And watch me like mulligan to oblivion here. I think a better line would have been to ping Raptor and Scarab God. Exert Glorybringer. Kill Scarab Guy, attack for 8, because we know he can do the Gear Hold thing. That may be very true. Ping Raptor and Glory God Exert Bringer. Kill Scarab God. Attack for 8. That's true. I could see that play. Well, this hand is just poopy. Or at least it feels that way. I'm taking a lot of damage here just for... And that's sketchy. Do I want to take that much damage? And still have a hand with no red sources? For the course of the game. We've got some potential to draw some cards. We've got a land or a scry. We are on the draw. Man, this one's tough. Or maybe it should be an easy decision, but it's not. I'm gonna keep it. Let's see what we can push this deck into. How far can we push a hand like this? Okay. Given that draw, I think I'm gonna play the Kinra next turn. Probably. No, I think it's more important to play the Branchwalker. We want to wait because he's not playing a creature right now. Want to wait to play the Kinra until there's a creature on board. Come on, green source that doesn't damage me. Okay. Alright, I will definitely use that. There's a green source. We want to put that on top, especially since we already hit that green land. Magma Spray is another good reason to have not played Kinra that turn, although to be completely honest, that really wasn't part of my decision making. I didn't think about it. This turn it does make sense just because we're not doing anything else to go ahead and get a few points of damage in. This interaction is pretty annoying to me that he has to target himself here. It's one of those useless things that I wish Magic Online would just skip over. Champion. Okay. Opponent's digging and dumping their targeted removal. Like, this is an easy trade for the opponent, but I'm not. Okay, that's fine. That's fortunate. No Scarab God this turn. Can they hit a 3 power person to... Oh, that stinks. Oh. Well, there's our Scarab God insurance. Yep. Do we think our opponent has Spell Pierce? Opponent played up to the Scarab God the whole time. Let's hope they don't have 2. This is Eternalizing. Oh, they do have 2. How fancy. Okay, so now this Blossoming Defense that we've been broadcasting the whole game might actually make a difference. So we can attack in. We could actually Blossoming Defense, make them go through this whole mess again, and draw a card. I think that might be the way to do it. Because that turns Blossoming Defense into costing the opponent a bunch of mana, plus giving us a cantrip, essentially, with the... Yeah. So now they can do shenanigans, but they gotta pay a lot more for it. And we replaced our Blossoming Defense, so we're not completely down and out. This is a lot of mana. Is this Nicol Bolas? Actually, no. It'd be quite enough for that. Just replaying the Scarab God. Seemed like more mana than it actually was. So I suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should actually go ahead and eternalize our Kenra. Like it's self unable to block. Well, that's unfortunate that we can't make this unable to block, but um, I'm not sure why they didn't crew, to be honest. I am really not sure. That would have been a better play, I think. We can get in here for 8. Take the opponent to 2. If we exert, we get to make them replay this, but then we don't get as many attackers the next turn. I think we don't exert. Get them to 2, and then plan to, yeah. Don't think we're going to have time to play both of these, so 2, 3, play 1. This game, I think, is essentially going to be over next turn. Even if it's not actually over. We'll either get blown out from this board position that I've played into, or the opponent just won't be able to do enough. And they'll lose to the flyer. I'm not forgetting something that has reach somewhere. Doesn't have reach, does it? No. Okay. And we also have this little fancy hasty guy for the 2 damage. Just in case our opponent plays enough blockers to handle what's on the board, which technically they have. They need to deal with this. And they haven't yet. So but if they're going to, okay, so we can, is there a way to play around, let's see, we've got 1, 2, and force the opponent to make some crappy blocks. He can target himself. Then play another land. Oh, I just tapped wrong too. Jeez, now I gotta hit myself. Pay better attention. Alright, so I can make a green. Attack, and exert, and kill this. So I think we got him. Yeah. Alright, I may have gone through some extra motions that last turn that weren't necessary, but wanted to make sure we got anything in there. Cycle before anything else. Yeah, I could have, but then I would have run out of mana for making sure that I had an extra attacker that was getting in. Maybe. I wanted to make sure I could still activate the what's it called? The deserts, and force the opponent to make some poor choices blocking if even if they had something in there that would um, hit my creatures. And somewhere in here, I've had some extra people follow, and I didn't get a chance to thank them. Allseer has followed, and Miga Miso, which I'm probably pronouncing both of those wrong. But thank you guys for the follow. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're hanging out. Hoping you're having a good time, and hope you'll continue to come back. So this hand's kind of iffy, but I do have a couple of plays I can make with just 2 mana and the potential to get closer to lands. I don't know why my what's it called is not. My alert box is not alerting me. At least not with sound. Alright. Sorry, opponent. I'm not ignoring the game, I promise. Ooh, is this a mirror? And we hit some lands. Step 1 accomplished. If this is ooh, well, no matter what the opponent's playing, this is a pretty slow start. Wow, it just looks like we're gonna get to curve out here. Assuming we hit another land. Love to curve into Chandra. That would be sweet. Oh, Sweltering Suns. That's way less fun. Makes me wonder if this is a bigger dino ramp deck or if it's just like a, I mean, like a ramp deck regard. Oh, hold on. Green mana is useful when you're playing green spells. Just FYI, little tip. Gonna play green spells. Helps to have green mana, or at least tap the right mana. Okay. Well, see what the opponent does here. Hopefully they'll lightning strike or something. That'd be sweet. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we're gonna play that land. And we're tempted to play this on 2 just to be relatively efficient with mana. We may be able to like ping, go get a land. Oh yeah, this is a big dino deck. Or a big creature deck at least. Oh, and it's blue too? What? What is going on? I like it. Like the new version of whatever that cycling beast was from well, Sweltering Suns, 3 to each. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get a couple triggers off this then. gonna lose it anyway. We might as well get our lands. Get one of each. But we have so much red in our hand that I'm tempted to just get another red, to be honest. Still, well, it left 2 mana up. Another land. So, do we go Chandra? I think so. Opponent's got 2 mana up, but I think main deck that's more likely to be like Essence Scatter than anything else. Watch them have main deck negates, and I'm just... Oh, I guess technically I should have... no, I guess I can't play that. Wow, I wish I had gone for mana and then played Glorybringer. But I guess if I'm putting them on Essence Scatter, or whatever 2 mana counter a creature card is in standard right now, then playing into that is poor. Yeah, that makes sense too. Oh, they get black too? What is this? So far I like it. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it seems good. Let's see. So I've got... Glorybringer. Alright, and then we have damage in hand, assuming the opponent doesn't do anything ridiculous. Yep. Get that sweet burnout. But at this point, we don't even really need to... we don't really even need to show them Lightning Strike. We have... Would have been dead this turn if I used Chandra correctly. For the mana, I assume. So then with... I hit them for 2 with Chandra, so they would be at 7. And then 2 Lightning Strikes doesn't do it. I'm not sure how that math adds up. Because I would have had enough mana to play both Lightning Strikes, but if I'd used Chandra for the mana, I was 100% leaving them at 1 life, no matter what. Even if I played both the Lightning Strikes, unless I missed something somewhere. which is very possible. And now I'm talking through last turn's plays, and I actually messed up this turn. Oh, the turn before. Yeah. You're right. That's absolutely right. I actually pointed it out that turn that I messed up with Chandra that turn and should have gone ahead and played Glorybringer. And this turn, there were several ways I could have sequenced that turn better that would have made things more, yeah, just better in general because I messed up that turn. Too busy talking about the previous turn. And I missed. We still got through the turn, still won the game, but I definitely sequenced some things quite poorly. Um, Anyway, I think ranging raptors is probably too slow, but at the same time, they're using a lot of damage to kill my creatures, which lets me ramp, which lets me do other stuff. What do I want here? And I guess they're going to go heavier on removal, so maybe Sanctuary's better, but I feel like they're more likely to go. I don't know. I'm just going to run it back. To be completely honest, I've never seen this combo played out either. I've never played against this. So I may be making some really bad decisions on not understanding the deck either. I've got stuff to do. We have the potential to curve out if we hit like 3 lands in a row, but we're also on the draw. I'm gonna mull this. I feel like I can probably get better. This does not feel better. I really think I want to go to 5 though. Jeez. Definitely bottoming that. I probably should have kept that 7 in hindsight. It had a lot of cards that needed a lot to get going, but at least I had early pressure. Makes sense. There's our early pressure. Thank you, deck. Thank you, deck, for cooperating. Alright, now don't have interaction. That'd be sweet. Probably seeing Sweltering Suns this turn. Luckily, we get to swing with a haste creature next turn too if we choose to go that route. Wow, okay. Didn't expect that one. Did not expect that one. I may be overextending a little bit here. But if their answer is Sweltering Suns, this at least lets me draw a card. And it leaves a threat on the board. And I get to be efficient with my mana. Gift. Boo for life gain. Unless it's mine. Okay. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this does the same amount of damage potentially. Cancel. Does this deck play like fumigates and stuff? I don't even know. Because there's part of me that wants to flood the board with these other things. I'm gonna run with it. Alright, so here's the combo. I assume. So let's see what they do. Actually, I'm failing my own test. Never auto yield with a ballast on board. Okay. Definitely gonna have them play this out. I kind of miss having Astral Slide and Lightning Rift. Those cards are super fun. Way back in the day. Oh, so that's how they generate mana. Okay. That makes sense. And they got white. Okay. That's cool and all. What are they gonna do? Couple more follows. I appreciate those follows. And you're at 03 and Boom Boomza, which by the way is a sweet screen name. Appreciate you being here. Glad you're I hope you're enjoying just watching me get smashed by this combo deck that I've never seen before. Um I've heard people mention it, but I've never seen it play out. I've not been playing standard much in the last couple years, and I'm trying to get back in. So there are a lot of these decks that I just haven't seen. A lot of mana. I should probably tell my opponent that I'm not trying to be a jerk. I've just never seen this deck be played before. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and F6 here. It looks like my opponent is not whiffing anytime soon. Oh man, I hate. Oh, that is one of the things I hate about Magic Online. Is um is their incredibly um. Anyway, I hate that Magic Online has such a tight word filter. So I say things like not trying to be a jerk, and it bleeps out jerk as if I were cursing or something. Um, and I feel like it makes me look like I'm online with a potty mouth when really I don't, and that's just frustrating to me for some reason. Um, I've been bleeped out for saying things like holy crap, which wow, come on, seriously, MTGO, crap is not that bad of a word. It'll be okay. I get that they try to be family friendly, but I don't think my language that you'll hear on this stream counts as um, unfriendly. Okay, so oh, it's approach. That makes sense. Okay, so that being said, I actually think this is probably Dallas is probably too slow. Why are you not letting me circle them or select them? Let's put in the scavengers. That gives us the chance to um, hit a little harder and um, come in at a lower mana cost in general for the power, and also um, what's it called? The extra cards that I draw off of any favorable Ripjaw interactions are unlikely to matter anyway. This deck, or this hand, has a nice curve to it, especially if I hit another red mana. Creeping Mole would. I wasn't thinking about targeting the land. That's a good point, Blue Krieger. I had my brain set on the mold being able to interact with their enchantment that's their payoff card, and once they play it, I don't think I'm going to have a chance to cast another sorcery. But hitting a land would definitely slow them down. Especially if it's the land that has gift on it. So maybe that should have been a consideration. We're not doing anything here. Alright, let's pour on the damage. There's nothing in graveyards to interact with yet, so Death Gorge matters significantly less. That is a huge help. Let's go to attacks. Back with everything. There's targeted removal, and I don't think there is, but if there happened to be. Nope. Okay. That card sets me back a surprising amount. Let's go ahead and get Chandra on board. Technically, technically a little slower, but also we get to start hitting for damage that doesn't matter if they're fogging, which I think is a plus. Here we can get to 6 mana. Do we want to try to do that? I think so. Oh. That's fair. Alright, I wish this was target permanent. So we're definitely not getting anything off of that. So let's go ahead and swing. So I wonder, I think Death Gorge might actually be better here. Death Gorge with Blossoming Defense. Because it's going to do the same amount of damage on the attack. And I can potentially protect it with Blossoming Defense if we run into a Sweltering Suns here. At least that's my thinking. Alright, so we've got lethal on board. Let's see if let's just go to attacks and see what happens. Opponent might just have nothing. If they're depending on targeted removal to win here, then we've got that handled. They may also just have another fog, which would be unfortunate. Yep. But that's also another good reason to um, plus Chandra. Maybe not play the card even if it's a... And it was a forest anyway. Okay. So, yeah. I don't think I want to do anything. Hold up Blossoming Defense. Be ready with a hasty threat next turn. Chef Matt, thank you for that follow. Appreciate you being here. We are having a good time, but losing on the last turn, unfortunately, it looks like. I wonder how likely it is that our opponent hits a hand of 7 lands that don't cycle. Those fogs are a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and concede this. It's that was fun but not fun, so to speak. Jump into a new one. I'm kind of curious to see if there is any like I've stopped seeing the random like mid-range decks online. I keep running into maybe their mid-range strategy is just not good right now. This has all my payoff cards and none of my aggression, and only 2 lands. I think I'm gonna throw this one back. This is a little more doable. I'll keep this one. Doesn't do much to begin with, but hopefully we will have some interaction on top. We'll keep that in case our opponent's faster than we are. Oh, oops. That would really stink to throw away our first turn. Feels kind of weird to be playing standard where your scries actually matter almost every time. In maybe every time. So used to modern where with all the abundance of fetch lands, when you mulligan your scry is likely to not matter at all because you're fetching on your first turn. All right, we've got a green opponent. This could be a mid-range matchup. Maybe. They got cool lands at least. Happens to be my favorite. Keep it hung on the wall behind me when I'm streaming. Good old green mana. Yeah, we're definitely gonna lightning strike that. So here's the Dinos matchup. We're gonna play Raptors first. Next turn, we might be able to get in with the Crasher. I'm starting to wonder if these lightning strikes should be magma sprays or something. I like the times that I get to go to the dome with them, but I think a two or even shock probably if I want to go to the dome. My mana curve is just I would like to shave some mana off somewhere so I can play more smoothly. Get to that 2 spell a turn point a little quicker. That is super annoying. Okay. So I'm not as worried about. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely attacking. Assuming our opponent doesn't block. So we can play this and uptick, just plan to lose 2. But I think we're better off just going ahead and killing this thing on their turn. That flies in the face of my statements about wanting to get to 2 spells a turn quicker. But, yep. But that little thing is super annoying. Oh, oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So we want to Honor Tyrant 6 or 7? 6. Okay. Yeah. So they could get it next turn, potentially. It might be more important to keep them off of Tyrant mana than it is to deal with this thing. But then am I just playing scared at that point? I'm gonna go with this one. It's true. Um, oh, did I? Yeah. Oh, I didn't make a green. I was like, oh, how did I not make a red? Alright. Seriously? Come on. Control Z is supposed to work. It's true that I'm likely not beating Tyrant regardless. Regisaur? Maybe? Yep. And we lose our Planeswalker, likely. So I may be right in the thick of claiming my deck doesn't need a dino theme to be effective, and then totally getting stomped by the dino theme deck, which is I see every bit of irony in that. Yeah, it looks like we're losing our Planeswalker. And to be completely honest, there's got to be a way that could have played the beginning of this game a little better for this to not be as bad as it is. Um, Crasher. These are going to come into play tapped. Can't really block. I mean, I can't really attack. I mean, hmm. I think this might end up being my least favorite creature in Standard. I think that's a very real possibility. That it is that I learned to hate this card more than anything else. Okay. My board looks so anemic compared to my opponent's. And can't Alpha Strike and kill us, I don't think, but they're pretty stinking close at this point. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah. Pretty stinking close. Is there a way that we can manage to hit 2, 5, 6? Can we deal 8 damage with haste in one turn? I don't think there's a way to do it. I'm just going to concede here. Save us some time. Alright. Chandra's defeat gives us an easy way to deal with some of the red cards. Mold, Death Gorge, Shaper Sanctuary. I think they are just bigger than us in almost every way. We want Death Gorge. Don't see our opponent targeting our creatures too much. Maybe I want these extra removal spells for that stupid 2/3 annoying creature that I hate with a passion. Question is, what do we take out? Probably here and here. Although this does give us some opportunities to break through stalemates with the double strike, or go over the top with a double striking Glory Bringer. Death Gorge worth it? I think it may be. Opponent has a lot of 3, has shown us a lot of 3 toughness guys, which Ranging Raptors does not trade with at all. And even some 0/3 guys that they can just laugh at our raptors and not ever block them, even if we do get them down. So let's go with this. Wow, that's a lot of lands and not a lot of impactful cards. We can kill some stuff, but we're not doing much else. And this hand has a block that might just be interrupted by... I'm going to keep it though. I definitely don't want that on top. If we get to the point where we can toss this second thicket, that would be nice. Turn it into something more useful. Couple more follows, I appreciate those. We've got a Declananderso. Probably butchering that one too. I have a habit of butchering screen names while I'm streaming. And Wang Ching Po, appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoy cheesy green decks as much as I do. And we'll come back for more. Yeah, I know. Double green. Drover. Drover seems good. So we definitely don't want to exert here because we would love to trade Drover for our little 2-1 that could before Drover gets too big to deal with. Not too big to deal with, but big enough to make it annoying. So then we get a dinosaur. Drover gets a little bigger. At least I assume that's what's happening this turn. Is it a super weak Death Gorge? Oh, it's one of those. Okay. And then a 3-mana play. Then the Death Gorge. Huh. I wonder why they tapped that way. Interesting, to say the least. Let's I just want to make sure I hit my land drops. I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of opportunity to should we exert here? No. If we exert, we go ahead and get in 5. If we don't exert, we only get in 3. And there's no reason for the opponent not to block. I guess there's some merit to have played Oasis before combat and pumped this guy, so they had to block or take a ton of damage. That seems bad too, though. I guess I should not attack here. Unless our opponent just thinks we're bluffing and won't block, which we got in there. Okay, well, sometimes you get them. Opponent might be light on lands this time. Which, if they're trying to ramp into big dinos, is helpful to us. Does appear that way. Bune. And they hit a 4-mana dino. Or I think they'd rather hit a 3-mana dino and keep more blockers up. But with an exert here, I think they almost have to kill this to survive. Yeah, so this comes into play tapped, but it doesn't. See, one more mana, I could do both. So it comes into play tapped, but it still triggers, so I can still make this guy not block. And then we can swing for 3, 6, 7, 8. Assuming that this 1 mana doesn't represent Blossoming Defense, which it's actually very possible that it does. Yeah, okay, it doesn't. Sweet. We made it through that one. If that were Blossoming Defense, we likely wouldn't have won that turn, but would have gotten our opponent to a pretty low life total. I'm not sure we actually want both defeats. And maybe we do, but the only thing I've seen that this would target is Regisaur. And maybe it's worth it just for that. I'm going to leave it in just in case. Oh, I guess it does target the 2-mana cost reducer. We did see one of those game 1. We're definitely not keeping this hand. And this one's not great either. I'm gonna go to 5. This is better. Not amazing, but it's we'll put that on top. Not amazing, but for a 5-card hand, it's not bad. Oh, sorry, opponent. Play that. Can't do much else. Over. I kind of want our Brance Walker to not hit a land, honestly. Just so that it's big enough to trade with Drover next turn. And of course, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Oh. Thought our opponent was short on lands and they're cycling them away. Alright. We don't have great plays this turn. The best play is to get in for 4. You will not block. Opponent's down to 16. I feel like we won already. Not really. I like bluffing Blossoming Defense here. Even though we can't do anything and it likely doesn't have a big effect on the game. What do we have, opponent? Is this Ripjaw? I might cry if it's Ripjaw. Oh, we just threw it away. Okay. I mean, we didn't throw it away. They conceded. Okay. I'll take it. I don't know what happened with that one. Alright, so we've got at least one more match in us. Is there anything we hate or like about the deck list? Ranging Raptors just seem ugh. I like the idea of them a lot, but every time I play them, they seem mediocre at best. I think I've had one game that I got to ping them with Ballista and it became something relevant, but every other game they've seemed really mediocre. I'm gonna run one more with them and see what we end up with. See how it goes. This hand looks decent. Not amazing, but we have an attacker on turn 2. We have interaction for the opponent, and we have a bigger threat for later in the game. Got some synergy here with this top deck. Although lately that hasn't even come up for me, so maybe I'm playing too much into that too. Don't magma spray me. Okay, no magma spray. Step 1 complete. Oh, sweet. Well, we get to curve out after all, it looks like. And our mana has been pretty perfect this game. Can't ask much more from the mana department. Ether Hub, okay. Like, do nothing until the turn 4 Ripjaw Raptor or something? Or is this Pummeler with all pump spells? Or I don't know. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna try to get in there. Oh, no, no, no. We want to exert. Target that thing. See if they respond. Hoping they respond. Yep. Then we're gonna lightning strike it down. We do miss the opportunity to play Ripjaw this turn, but taking the opportunity to kill a hexproof creature is I'll take it. Or a potentially hexproof creature, whatever. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this out now. I'm not going to do a ton at the moment, but it does give me options at least. Even if they play a cub that I need to kill, I can add 4, kill it before it starts generating advantage there. Another Hydra. Okay. I think this might be Pummeler. And they just had a really slow draw. Attune. Green mana? Leave up a green? They play a land already. So, let's go ahead and play the old Ripjaw. We're not attacking this turn. We can only get 1 point through. It's just not worth it. Next turn, it might be worth it. I know one of these cards is a forest. Long Tusk Cub. That can be a giant. Rampager can be pretty annoying as well. Pummeler. Alright. Well, we could ping in response, but that will not make a difference. They only have 1 card in hand, so I'm unlikely to. But honestly, I feel like this Pummeler is just a trap. Okay. Can I, is there a way to, I can't push damage through very easily. We can run another Ripjaw out, but that's marginal. I guess I don't know if the better play is actually to pump Ballista there. I don't have enough to get over this. If I had 4 mana last turn and could ping it when our opponent played the Pummeler to begin with, then I could have gotten around it, but at the moment we're just kind of chilling. And not doing much. Okay, so there's step 1. Pushing damage through and or having answers to stuff. See, if I attack, is it possible to get through? They'll block my biggest two creatures. More than likely. So I can turn off this. I can block the biggest two. 3. Get through 3 damage. Then I can grow 1 and throw 1. So push 3 through 3, take them to 5. Then throw 2 at them and lightning strike for the last 3. I think that does it. And then there's a chance that I will draw other lightning strikes off of these. So yeah. If only the OACs were instants. Alright, so we're going to throw it all at this combat step. And hope everything goes right. What? Come on. There we go. Attack and exert. Okay. We found it. We found the line. We definitely want to braid for the pummelers. We probably don't want defense. They're not going to interact with us very well, I don't think. Most of their stuff is going to be, and I assume they have the energy version of lightning strike. Scavengers probably not great. Defeat. They have red creatures at all? I think I'm just gonna go in with this. Possible I'm just shooting myself in the foot here by not putting Chandra's defeat in if they're running like a bunch of glory bringers and stuff and Chandra's. I didn't see any though, and I'm kind of hesitant to put in something that narrow when I didn't see a target for it. Maybe I should hedge my bets and put in 1, but I don't know. Maybe take out a lightning strike. Our opponent probably conceded a little early that game because it's not actually possible to know that they would lose without knowing that we had lightning strike in hand. But maybe they just figured that out. They put me on that, and that's just the way it goes. All right. Yeah. I'll keep it. Not amazing, but got some stuff to do. Need another green mana. That's the first time I've said that all day. Usually I'm short red. Usually I'm short red. Cub. Servant. Okay. Suppose that's fine too. Alright, now green mana. Next turn I'm likely killing something, but I would like to be able to curve into this than the following turn. I think anything but a green mana on top would be graveyarded. Even though that's really good next turn. Yeah, I want that, but I want lands more. And I think I'm going to spend next turn killing something regardless. Come on, opponent. Let's do some stuff. Let's do some stuff. Like, not just sitting there. Oh, they're paying costs at least. They have clicked on a card. Excuse me. Hmm. Okay. Not a bad card. Hit me for 3, get your long tusk out. I hear you. That's cool. Yep. So here's the turn where we kill the long tusk. And we swing for 3. And we really hope we hit a green mana next turn. Because things are looking dire if we do not. That's a pretty good card. I'm gonna do 2 here, probably. Yep. So now if we hit a land, I'm tempted to just trade Ballisto with the Planeswalker. Even though that's not really a great interaction. Of course we would hit that land. Ugh. Okay, well, what do you do? I guess we can save a braid and kill something, maybe. Oh, wrong coffee. Bonus. Boo. Come on, opponent. You're supposed to play things I can kill. Blossoming Defense, probably. Yep. Alright, we really need to hit an untapped land. That is basically the only way we're getting out of this. We need a Glorybringer to kill both of these. Come on, that's not it. Darn. Okay, well, what do we do? We could play Chandra, -3, kill this. And they have to have a 4-power creature to turn on Ronus. I think that's the right line. Not great in the long run, but it gets us through a turn. So, kill this. We are just going to trade with the Moot, though. But I think that's better to make the opponent minus than anything. Go down to 1, then maybe we can 2-spell, pick it off. What I really want to be doing is playing Glorybringers, though. Would greatly prefer to be playing Glorybringers. Rampager. Not sure if that actually helps. Because you get one, but then if you don't have a green source, you gotta pay a green to play it again. That seems not efficient. But maybe that's the only play they had this turn. And they're setting up for a Greenbelt Rampager next turn. That's where they are. They're just as bad off as me. Now this play makes sense. Unless I read that wrong and they're just targeting me. Yeah, okay. And then long text code. Okay. That can grow pretty big. Just not yet. Still would love to hit a land and be able to exert. And of course, we didn't. Do want to kill that planeswalker. Unfortunately, Ronus is going to be able to attack this turn. That is not okay. And I don't think we're in chump block range next, but we're getting pretty close. Next, yet. That's what I meant to say. Jeez. Green belt. Actually use it this time? Just need to go to that. Just gonna pump this probably. Yeah. Makes sense. Gonna hit me for 10. We are kind of on land or bust here. I can block now, throw this at the opponent. But I don't think that really helps me a ton. I'm gonna take 10, go to 7. This is another game where ranging Raptors has just been super mediocre. Would have loved to ramp with it at some point, but drew it too late in the game for it to matter. I'm already sitting on too many big threats without enough mana to play them. Oh no. Okay, that is poopy. I'm just dead. All right, game 3. What are we doing here? Can use defense to try to get through. I think Raptors is just sized very poorly to interact, to be in combat. He's not low enough that he's a card you want to that you're willing to throw away for the value. You want to be getting more out of a 3 drop. And like if it were 2 mana for a 2/1 with the same ability, it would be very similar to Viridian Emissary, which didn't see a whole lot of play, except when I was playing it. I loved that card. Super aggressive. Alongside other fancy 2 drops at that point in time. Strangle Root. Top of the list. So here's another hand that is not great. It does have the potential to curve out, but I don't know if that curve is actually good against what our opponent's doing. Because if a pinger is not good, then none of this matters, and we're not doing anything by turn 3. A pinger's likely to not be good. That's even worse. But if we can hit any land, we have a good top end. We do have a scry. I'm gonna keep it. I think this is probably the last game we're playing today anyway, and if this goes south, at least it'll go south quickly. At least it will do so quickly. That last game, the comes into play tap lands just really smacked us around. Hit all our sheltered thickets at the wrong times. And basically cast everything a turn behind curve, which makes it hard to win against a deck that's also attacking back. Alright, let's see that land on the top. That's not a land. Okay, we're probably just dead. Had a couple draws to get there. Had the opportunity to get an extra scry in if we did. We'll probably top deck Sheltered Thicket next turn. And then cry a little bit. We're missing land drops and the opponent is ramping. Seems like an easy win for us, right? Give us a red source. Hey! Well, we're still playing everything behind curve, but at least we're only one turn behind curve at this point. We can hit another red source. It's not going to be that we're back in the game, but we went from like 1% chance of winning to 10% chance of winning. So you're saying there's a chance. Not anymore. Yeah, still a chance. Even without a land here, we can probably swing into this this thing. So we're gonna play aggressively, probably too aggressively, but looks like our opponent's F6'd. So if they have a response to keep this from working, then we just totally get blown out. But if not, we're going to hit for 5 more than likely. Might see a trade here. But yeah, totally blown out. Okay. Now we get a really poor block here. Opponent takes 2, doesn't really lose anything at all other than 1 energy and 1 card. We do get to play Ripjaw next turn, but at this rate, I don't know how that's going to win us the game. I wonder if I should be playing the energy side of the green cards rather than like this guy. Maybe that's just better. Love that card. And that one. Oh, come on. Alright, well, we're playing this because our only shot at staying in this game is to curve out into Glory Bringers. So, if this is our second red source, we are not going to make that goal. We will not achieve it. And we likely won't live long enough for it to matter anyway. Assuming they're going to use that. Yep. So, where do we make our trades? I mean, we definitely want to trade, I think. We want to save the most life and kill creatures. Take 7 here, kill off these. Probably. If he's got another blossoming defense, though, this doesn't do us any good. But maybe we want to make them use the blossoming defense so that we can Glory Bringer this down next turn. I think we just want to save as much life as possible and not let this grow. We're on a pretty fast clock. We're going to take 6 or 7. Going to get blown out by... We're going to get blown out by a blossoming defense regardless. At least this lets us maybe hit a red source. Potentially. Nope. Okay. What's our 4 mana play after combat? A braid. Okay, well. Hit another draw. Red source. Not a sheltered thicket. Ugh. Alright, we're getting all the chances here. And we didn't get there. So, let's see. Is there a chance that we can stay and play one more turn? If we hit an untapped land from Branchwalker, then it's possible to live another turn. I mean, it's possible anyway, but it's quite unlikely. We don't care about that. Play this. Play the Kenra. Have 2 chump blockers. We'll take 4, go to 4. Yeah, I know. Must target himself. This, without a land, at least lets us trade here. So maybe that's... I mean, we take more damage that way, but we get a creature off the board that we don't necessarily have to deal with immediately. Trying to just make the best trades possible. Opponent's on 0 cards though. Use that energy. Yep. Zero in hand. They have to play aggressively. Gonna get big. We're gonna take 5. But we're gonna do some trading here. The unfortunate part is we're gonna have to play the first Glorybringer on blocking duty. And that's not gonna be enough. I guess we have the option of playing both of these. Okay. So. Gain a little bit of life. Let's take... I don't think they can get anything back from their yard, but just in case. We want to use that ability. We'll play this for 1. So we can block, ping, kill one of them and stay alive. Another turn. And then maybe go nuts with Glorybringers the following turn. That would be ideal. Unless this is Glorybringer, in which case I'm dead. Okay, that's not Glorybringer, but it's pretty darn... Oh. Yeah, I think that takes me... I think that makes it impossible to win. It doesn't kill me this turn, but I'm gonna go to 2 with no relevant way to either, well, to do anything. Yep. Turn. That is an unfortunate turn of events. And it's just high enough that I can't kill it. So, does that change anything at all? I think I still have to do this. Go to 2. I draw Lightning Strike. Am I back in it? Oh, Chandra definitely doesn't do it. Yeah. Good games, opponent. I think that does it for that match, and that does it for me for this morning. So if you're still here, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for those follows. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. If you haven't hit that follow button, I want to encourage you to do so. We've got a lot of big things coming up. 24-hour stream in a couple weeks. As soon as my new computer arrives and I can have a machine that I can push for that long. We'll have some giveaways going on. We'll have lots of cheesy green decks that will be running over the course of the day in lots of different formats. We've got I also have this crazy diet that I'm talking about every day as I stream one match of Magic most days. Um, if you haven't heard of the Whole30, go look it up. But take my advice and don't do it. It is miserable. But check back in for me uh, complaining about this diet, hopefully humorously, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon.